What's the Point? I'm here with my buddy Percy, who hopefully will stay with us for the duration of this video, but he may not, and that's fine. What I want to talk to you about today is making sure that people know what you think, and that what you think is applied in the most productive way, not only by sharing it, but sharing it at a time and in ways that allows you to be heard and have the influence that not only you should seek for yourself, but that your organization is counting on in order to be most effective. And I'm reminded of this simply because I have conversations every day with people who are struggling to be heard within their organizations, to be heard effectively, to be heard appropriately. They may be heard, but what is being heard when they choose to engage, when they choose sometimes to insert themselves, well, that's another story altogether. And so it leaves some people who have quite a lot to offer, a lot to say, a different perspective to share than might be given voice within a leadership or small team context otherwise, that they edit themselves, they limit themselves, they doubt the impact, the importance of their voice, and they're not being invited regularly to share it, which is our failing as leaders, but it happens. And so we want people to have more of a sense of license, of encouragement, that they're there wherever there is, but often they're invited into these groups and then don't fully give voice to their points of view. They're there for a reason, and it's important and helpful that we hear from them. And so we want to, as leaders, encourage that, make the space, reach out to them privately and in real time. So here are a couple of ways to do that. So privately, after you see somebody perhaps be a little less involved than you would like, after the meeting is over, debrief with them. How did it go? What do you think went well? What else would you have liked to have done? Where did you think you had the greatest impact? Where else might you like to have impact? And then it's your turn. And you should always start, if you can, and usually you can, with something that you like, appreciate, want to see again, want to see more of. And you can then pivot into, hey, and here's what else. Like, you know, there were a couple of opportunities where I know from our having worked together that you have a point of view about a topic and you didn't weigh in. So I'm curious as to why you chose not to. And they'll probably tell you, well, I think somebody else had already talked about it, or I figured you guys had already considered this, or ... So help them know and do differently. In real time, especially building off of a private conversation like that, you can invite them actively into the conversation. Hey, Jeff, what do you think? Jeff, I know you've got a point of view about this that you've shared with me. I think others would be really interested in hearing that as well. It's not putting somebody on the spot, it's really giving them the opportunity to contribute in exactly the way that you intended. Then there are others on the flip side of that coin who need to dial it back just a little bit. And that's okay to address in private and also in real time as well. So the private conversation could be very much like the other one, with the topic just being different, which is, hey, you know, you bring a strong voice, a valued perspective, and you're one of a number of people. You're giving voice to the same things more than once. We've heard them, we hear you, and there are reasons that we're not attending to them right now or approaching them in a particular way, etc., whatever those circumstances might be. And then in real time, again, you don't want to disrespect somebody, but you might say, it's an important point. That's one that I'd like to take offline. That is a perspective that is important for us to continue to consider, and for right now, we've made a decision to go about it in a particular way, etc. But those are just ways, if you're going to involve people, if they really are being invited and desired to be part of the leadership conversation at whatever level that occurs, for a reason, because you value the perspective that they bring, or frankly should, or at least want to see how they're going to do in those situations, try to set them up for success and guide them through that process of success in real time. Most people who are given leadership responsibility really don't know what that means. So it's our opportunity, really, to help them define it and apply their abilities to it effectively. And we all benefit when they do. If you read any books about high performing teams, they will tell you, they will outline in a number of ways that the best teams are the ones that know how to duke it out in order to reach and execute the best decisions, knowing that they considered all the possibilities they should have, and that they are clear and committed to the approach adopted coming out of a meeting. And if the point is a more effective, higher performing team, then go about it the right way by ensuring that the people that you need to hear from raise their voice. Because that's the point. Percy says so, and so do I. Have a great week.